Hey, welcome back to Pop Talk, where we keep it real about fatherhood, faith, and life. Today, I want to have an honest conversation, a heart to heart, if you will, about something we don't talk about often as dads, and that's failure. Let me tell you, I've been a father for 16 years and I've made more mistakes than I would like to admit. But here's the kicker to those failures. Those failures, they've also become my greatest strengths. Stick with me because I promise by the end of this video, you'll see your failures in a whole new light. Here's a thought. Wrap your mind around this. Your failures don't define your fatherhood. How you grow from them does. All right. I'm going to get into it. Let me paint you a picture. When my daughter Kennedy was little, I thought I was doing everything right. I was there physically. I never missed a meal. I showed up to the big moments, right? Her dance recitals and what have you. But emotionally, I was checked out. When she wanted to share her feelings, I brushed them off and gave quick answers because I didn't know how to handle the weight of her emotions. I thought being strong meant never, showing my emotions. I was dad who can fix problems, but not the dad who can sit with her in her problems. And over time, I realized that my emotional unavailability was building a wall between us. And then there was the time with my son Gibson. Man, I tried to be the disciplinarian, but I went too far one time and I yelled at him over something. Man, it was so small. It was something super small. And then the look in his eyes just crushed me. I realized I wasn't teaching him discipline. I was teaching him to fear me. Man, I know what it's like to feel like you're failing at what matters most. Being a father is heavy, it's lonely, and if we're not careful, it could make us give up or believe the lie that we're not enough. But here's what I want you to learn, and here's what I've learned. Failures are feedback. Say it twice. Okay, I will say it twice. Failures are feedback. They're not the final chapter of your story. They're the plot twist that makes you better. Let me break it down. Here are 3 simple truths about turning dad failures into strengths. Truth number 1, I need you to own it. When I realized I was emotionally unavailable, I didn't try to justify it. I owned it. I told Kennedy, I haven't been the dad you needed emotionally, and I'm sorry. Owning your mistakes teaches your kids that it's okay to be imperfect as long as you're willing to grow. Truth number 2, learn from it. After that moment with Gibson, I knew I had to shift my approach to discipline. That's when I developed the ACTS method I teach now. It's affirm, correct, teach, and show. And I don't have time to get into it, but instead of yelling, I started speaking life into him. That failure taught me how to discipline with love and with patience. Truth number 3, turn it into a testimony. Every mistake you make as a dad is a chance to show your kids how to overcome. When they see you apologize, adapt, and grow, you're modeling resilience. Your failure becomes their lesson, and that's a win for the both of you. So what's the takeaway from this video? Let's wrap this up with 3 action steps. We got to put it to practice. Here's what I want you to do after watching this video. First, I want you to just take time to reflect on your failures. Take a moment this week to ask yourself, where have I missed the mark as dad? Next, I want you to apologize and connect. It's going to be a hard one for a lot of us out there. If you've hurt your kids, own it. Say the words, I'm sorry. They need to hear you saying that. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. And finally, I want you to recommit to growth. Listen, fatherhood isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. It's about being intentional and willing to do what? To grow. Man, I've made mistakes, and so have you. But here's the good news. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone to it. So go ahead, embrace the messiness of fatherhood, because every failure is an opportunity to show up stronger, wiser, and more loving. Again, I'm Chauncey. Thanks for spending this Pop Talk moment with me. If this resonated with you, share it with another dad who needs to hear it. Let's keep showing up one moment at a time. Stay strong, stay faithful, and go do hard things. See you next time.